This is the 2015 higher level question 3a axonometric projection. The question is based on a sewing machine, which they show us in the question. And then part A of this question, there's two parts, A or B, you answer one of them. Isometric projection or axonometric. This is based on the axonometric projection version. So for part I of this, we're asked to draw the axonometric axis as shown, which I have set up here. So 30 degrees for these lines through the middle, a vertical line where they cross at this point, and then I've got two axonometric axes left and right where the elevation and end view are going to be drawn, and these are inclined at 15 degrees. So this is 15 degrees to the beyond vertical, and this is 15 degrees below horizontal. To draw them, if you don't have a protractor or you're finding it difficult, you can use your two set squares together and your t-square. So t-square, 60 degree angle here, and then your 45 degree set square here, turning both ways will give us both lines here. Same on the other side. Again, you need the 60 degree angle down, and then you can do this one and this angle here as well. So that sets up the first part and completes the first part of this question. Second part of it is to draw the given elevation inclined at 15 degrees as shown. So we're going to do that over here on the right. Going to start by drawing a box around the outside of it as I would in an orthographic question, just to make sure that everything fits and that I have stuff in the right space. It's better to figure out if something fits up here now, and same for the other view, now rather than 20 minutes into the question when it's too late to go back. So I'm just going to start by drawing a box around the whole thing. So 45, 45, 90 plus 10, 100 plus 35 is 135, plus another 10 is 145. So I need 145 off out up here with a total height of 100. So that's this much. So I'm just going to draw a box around all of that here. And it just fits on the page. So I'm using a 3-page. In the junior cert exam you get something that's larger than that. It's closer to an A2 page. I'm going to do the same thing for the end view, just to get the total size of it, make sure everything fits. So 30, 30, 60 plus 10 is 80 for the width of it, and the height of it is going to be the same. That's also same object, same height, so that's going to be up to 100. And again, that just fits, and this is going to get narrower up on top, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, and then just checking if I project this line down, yeah, that stays on the page. This one comes down, yeah, stays on the page. So I have plenty of space here now to do this question. My only issue might be these overlapping, but we'll worry about that if we have to. So that's just setting up the axonometric axis. Now we're going drawing the elevation here on the right hand side, and just starting building our heights up. So I'm going to create kind of the grid based off the numbers that they've given us. So there's 20 first, and then they have a 10, next one up, and then there's another 20, and then we've got two 25s. So I'm just going to mark them in. Now the reason I'm doing it this way is it's just kind of quicker to put in, because I'm drawing multiple lines at the same angle here. It's just that bit easier. Instead of measuring one, setting it up, measuring one, setting it up, it just makes it a little bit quicker. The next bit then is I'm going to do the same thing going the other direction. So the one closer to horizontal, so 10, there's 35, 45, another 45, and 10 left over. So again, I can draw in all of these together. So that's just the basic outline of that there. So now I'm going to darken in a number of the lines that we have. So I'm just creating the shape, going off what they've given us. Goes as far as there. This line goes all the way to the top. So final bit then is there's an arc here of radius 20. So just measuring out here, radius 20. That's going to come down and touch this distance here is 20, so they're going to be touching off each other. So taking a compass. And then just the line, this line here. So that's almost the total thing complete. The only thing that we're missing now is there's a little bit over here for a twisty wheel. And that is thickness out of 10 and radius 20. So we've got the center 20 up, 20 down. And as it's a cylinder in this view, it's just going to appear as a rectangle. So that is the elevation complete, just missing a line here. So that's the elevation complete. Now we're going to get the end view set up. So again, doing pretty much the same thing. So we're going to take our heights, work them up along. So we've got 21st, then 10, 20, 25 is there, and then finally up top. So again, doing that way, same across the bottom now, so it's 10, 30 and 30 with 10 left over. Again, same grid, darkening the lines now that we need to create the shape. Distance across the top are just 2 20s here. So some hidden detail down here, so that's for this edge down here at the bottom. The next bit of hidden detail is for this edge going across. And then we have a little bit more to do up in this section. So down in here, for this bottom part, it narrows again, so it kind of comes down out at an angle, then comes back in again. We can see that in the end view that they've given us. So that's again 20 and 20 on either side. Hidden detail, because it's there but we can't see it. And line across the middle. So this line across the center is this edge. So going straight across there. And the final part then is just a radius 20 circle, which is this one, which we can see, it's a visible line. And that completes the end view. So that's part 1, 2, and 3 of this question completed. So the next part of this is drawing the axonometric view, so projecting both of these points down into the center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the base, work the way up through it, leave all the circles, curves to last, and see how we get on from there. So taking the base of it first, going to take the widest points on the very bottom. So that's this point and this point, projecting both of these down. Make sure that you're going at 30 degrees, just T-squaring against the edge of the board. Just any errors here is going to start getting really, really messy. So that's our base. You can darken some of that if you wish. Just the bits to the front. Going to do the next layer up. So that's this one. And again, same coming this way. So these 2 points should be vertical to each other. And here as well. So that's the start of this box. And that's the very bottom layer, that's this layer down here completed. What we're going to do next is work our way up. So the next one, again, just ignoring the curve, is going to find this part of it. This part is going to be straight up. So taking this point, 1 and 2. So there are points here and here. Just going to mark them so I don't get confused. And then same for points that are up higher. 1 and 2. So the lower points we already have, we found them when we brought this down. The higher points are going to be at this one, so we're going to project this point down. So that's giving me a point here, and then this one off over here on this side. So again, they are vertical. Okay, the reason that they're vertical is they're going at the 15 degrees here. So if something is at this 15 degrees, it's considered as in parallel to the blue line. It's a vertical line. If it's vertical in either one of these views, it's going to stay vertical in this view. Okay, if something is inclined at an angle over here, it'll still be inclined at an angle, but it'll be a different angle in the axonometric view. So that's that part, working our way up to the next part now. I'll do the front of this afterwards when we're going doing the curve. So taking the top point now, it comes down along this way, and taking the 2 tops again here. So that's this point and this point. So we can join them up. And I'm just going to join the one at the back lightly, because we have this cylinder here on the side. I don't know how much of that is going to be hidden, or kind of making, it's going to be hiding part of this line back here. So along the top now, so we've got the back end of this done, bar the cylinder, working our way across the top. So the best way to do these type of questions, pick a point, go with it, pick another point, go with it, join up what you can. So taking this top bit here at the front, So that's this line. So we have a nice bit of we got the top essentially finished. So that's the very top surface. Working our way back down again, maybe we'll try find these points here at the front, so like this one. So this is down the 25, this is that same point down 25, so we're taking off this one. This point coming this way. And projecting down in, that gives us this point here. We can find a couple of other points, so this along this line is this one, and this one, because they're all at the same height down. So 1, 2, 3, let's find them as well. Okay, so working our way back down again. We've a little bit to do over here, so we might do that next. So that's these 2 points, they're down nice and low. They're down 50 off the top. What other points have we that are down 50 off the top? That are these 2. These 2 on the sides we've already looked at, they're back further, they're these ones. But these 2 down here, they're in closer, and they're these 2 here. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to project them down from the elevation. Both of them, and then take the points from the end view as well. Just make sure you're marking up the correct points. That's there, and this one here. So I just joined a point there to the wrong one. I brought the wrong line down. So just be careful, don't do what I did and join that up to the wrong one. So line in here, it's not going to go anywhere near hitting that corner, so we can just take our line back up there at 30 degrees and we don't need to worry about that. So we're getting there now with this. We have a couple of bits that we need to do down around here, so let's do that next. We've got this edge coming down with this one along here. So that's going to be based off this point. It's a continuation of this one. We have that corner, need to find the one below it. So we kind of have it mostly already, just taking this corner, projecting that down till it hits this line here. Again, this is inclined at an angle, as we can see that it's inclined at an angle. Although it looks vertical here, in this view it's not. Okay, so that means it's not vertical. This is a line along here, and that gives us that part of it. So we're getting there with this question now. Just going to finish off the base now, bar that this arc. So taking this point on that line up the 20 that we've already found. That's this point, brought that back down into meet. Edge over to here, it's going to come up a tiny bit. Which we can draw in. So you can project it down from there, or it's just going up vertical, so you can do either or. And then we're going to put a curve in here now in a second. Final part then of just the base is this across here, and we have a little bit on this side, just a short little bit there, and then we'll draw the cylinder in a moment. So taking this bit here now next, we're going to take a number of points. We need to locate points for this. So to locate points, we're going to divide this up with 60/30. Now for this curve, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to measure down known heights. So I'm going to come down, we'll say 5 mil, 10 mil, 15 mil. Okay, going to come down the same heights over here. So we got 5, 10, and 15. Okay, wherever they intersect with the curve are points that I'm going to project down from both views. So we got, label the points. So we got A, B, C, D, and E. A up here is the top one, B, C, D, and E. We already have point E, that's this one, and we have point A. We found them earlier on. So now it's just a matter of projecting each of the 3 points, A, B, and C. So let's take B first. That comes down along this way. And projecting point B down here to meet. That's point B. Doing the same thing for C. And project it from the end view over here. A lot of lines going on in here now. This one. And finally D then. Project it down that way. So joining this up, point comes up this way, and that gives us the curve there that we're looking for. Just got a bit of an edge now that we need to put in. That's running across here. It's not necessarily joining to A, it's like a line like these ones going across. And that's that curve down here in this corner. So the final part of this question is to draw the cylinder here on the right hand side of it. So we're going to do essentially what we did here. We're going to divide this up into a number of parts. 60-30 is a handy one. For a full cylinder, it's going to save us doing a bit of work. So just to get your 60-30, you can line up your 45-degree set square down here like this, and we're going to take lines through the center. So that gives us a number of points here. We can start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 12. We're going to find those same points off over here now. So 1 is at the top, 7 is at the bottom, and we've got 10 and 4 in the middle. We're going to just locate the other points up along there now. To locate the heights of the other lines, join 3 and 11 to each other, and then you can measure the distance from here down to the center. So it's so you can do it with your compass or your set square. That's 9. That's also going to be the same distance from the center down to the line joining 5 to 9. So I've joined this across to here. Because we did 60-30, this is 30 degrees, that's 30 degrees, they match up. So we can measure the same distance above and below our point over here. That's that one. Uh, 11 and 3, and this one down here is 9 and 5. I'll do the same thing then for the other 4 points that are there, 2 and 12, and 6 and 8. 17. So again, above and below, same distance. And 2, 8 and 6. Okay. So that's the setup for this part of this done. We've divided this up with our 60-30 degree set square, labeled all our points. We've located the same points off over here. The height for from the center up to point 3, or the vertical height here of 3 to 11, is the same as it is over here. They are both the same. Okay, and then transferred that over there. Now what we're going to do is the same as what we've done for every other single point here. transferred from both views down into the axonometric view, located our point. For this, it's best to start with the points on the outside, because the points on the inside, some of them we won't be able to see, so there's no point in doing them. So I'm going to start with point 1, project that down. Here it's probably best to do 1 point at a time if you can, because it's going to get messy. 2, and another benefit of doing 60-30, 2 and 3 both come down on the same line. So that's point 2. Point 3, again project this one down. As I said, it's on the same line as point 2 up here. Do 4 next. And 4 and 1 also happen to line up, okay, because we're doing 60-30. So this is point 4, point 5, that goes point 5, point 6. So 6 and 11 up here will join up. Point 7. So we've all of the points projected down from this view are like 6 and 8, they're at the same point. We've already brought down 6, so 8 we'll already have. And then we just need to bring down 8 and 9 from up here, and then we'll have all of them down in, or all lines from all of them down in this view. That's 8. Sorry, we haven't brought down 10. So we have, sorry. 9 is there, 9 joins up with the number 5 from this one. That's that point. Point 10 is on the same line as number 7. That's coming down this way. 10 is on the same line as number 4 up here. Gives us that point, that's point 10. 11 is on the same line as 6. And 3. This is 11. And 12 and 5 come down on the same line from up there, and 2, that's 12 and 1 up on top. So that's all of these points. Now what I was talking about why they're on the same line, 11 and 6, if I project 11 down, it passes through 6, so that's bringing both lines down. It's just going to make things a little bit easier. Another benefit of doing 60-30 degrees rather than just making up your own ones. Now I want to check 5. Yeah, 5 is in the wrong spot. There's 5. Okay, so if it looks like something's going to be out of place, like number 5 was here, chances are it's wrong. Have another look at it. So finding the points then on the inside, so the inner part of the circle are done the same way. But except this time it's the inner one that you're taking. So some we don't need. So let's say point 9, we'll start with point 9. It's going to come down along here, same line as 9 in there. It's the new 9. 10 is the same. 11. 12, so it's on the same line back that 12 came down on, and the same for 1. So we've got this bit of a curve here. 2, so on the same line that 12 came down on, so that's here. Now 2 and 3, so halfway between 2 and 3 is where it's going to disappear behind it and it's going to vanish. Okay, so it's just coming a little bit down further and line back. Same up on this side, just a little bit beyond it, and line back. So to find that correctly, take a 45-degree line, 2, 2 and 3, and then project that one down. And that is the end of this question. That is the 2015 higher level question 3A.